Hi everyone, I'm back. For anyone that is a YouTube subscriber, which there's not many, but I am solely going to dedicate myself to the group, Hear It From Spirit, on Facebook. This is directed for my my members and anyone that may trip along this message to be brought. Um, God, there's this no time to be shy. Anyways, today was supposed to be a new topic, and yet it is it is June 2nd, 2025, and because I hold with me, guys, I lost my daughter June 2nd, 2015, and it is Spirit saying we will beg your pardon for a bringing of new message for us all. Where terms of the heart and tears from the heart fall. In case you guys are wondering, the background music, it's called Hand Pan. I love it. There's something about the bells, you guys. It's this hand pan. It's not been around very long. Maybe, I don't know, 100 years. But there's something about the tone of the bells, you guys, that is so healing for our own frequencies. I'm just saying. With that said, it's 2 minutes into it. Um, this is a hard one. My heart is calling out to play Purple Rain by Prince. But in due copyright rights, I can't. Now, in order for me to bring truly truth from spirit, I have to give this disclaimer. Um, it isn't as much in our lifetime, in our reality, the laws that's required for me to say it, more than it is for spirit to be able to bring it. So with that said, anything you hear here, I'm not claiming is truth. This is for entertainment purposes only. And because I said that, I can say to my daughter, because she's all over me, she's all, Mom, it's truth. I'm going to try not to focus on who I'm hearing from, guys. And just carry from my tongue. This is my higher now, not my daughter. Hold on. Man, I'm really trying, guys. It's been 4 minutes and we haven't even started the message. Um, as socially inaccessible as we are today, it is a viewing of us all to understand. The dog eat dog, bone underwear, saying fits for the lack of the the giving to ourselves the understanding of human relation and our sole purpose for being here, which are relations. And you're gifting of yourself by appearing vulnerable and showing the expression of value that you find within your soul. Love. With love, there's loss. Andrea, I encourage you to take a deep breath. Keep breathing. Watchers, viewers, take a deep breath. Close your eyes and bind to your higher. Feel their love, because they are higher. And it is their desire for the connecting of your wires. We're not going to rhyme this whole thing, right? Mom, you need to hear from me. Mom, be the brave woman that you are. I always saw you as brave, Mom. For your heart, it's desiring my eyes seeing you as such, Mom. Mom, we won't amount to anything if we exclude anyone going through the same things you're going through, feeling the same pain. This is not just for you, Mom, that I bring this message to alleviate you of the rain. I am going to have such a hard time delivering this. Mom, the feelings are not the same. For we have no problem in the higher realms alleviating you of your rain. And when higher speaks of rain, they're talking about the pain that brings upon our tears. That's rain. Andrea, as we always do, arrive at the pedestal of Lori and Evelyn. Two women that you know are experiencing the same pain as you are. But it is not to leave out. It is not to leave covered anyone watching, and even those that don't, Mom. We all feel rain. We all experience the rain when we're in body and alive, living from day to day. We experience rain. Mom, you warrior on. Setting aside for your rain not to fall a lighter, brighter song for your ears hearing. Mom, I want to tell people, not just of your heart. I want to tell people from my heart, for their heart, for their their hearts hurting, their hearts rain that has come due to their own losses of their loved ones, their own internal pain. Hold with me, guys. I have to look at, I have to view my daughter right now as my higher, and she is in the higher Christ conscious. So if I speak to my daughter, or I speak to my higher, or I speak to Evelyn's uncle, they are all the same in the same intentions, and the same knowing, and the same loving words. But for some reason, I'm, although I know this, I am still struggling with the fact that I'm listening to my daughter. And I'm not shy of speaking with her. How far are you until you have a baby? She says, my girl will be born. She's saying in 21 days is the end of her storm, her pregnancy. This will be her second child of birth. And she's also a mother of a dear friend of hers who lost her daughter during miscarriage, and later in her term, her pregnancy term. Anyways, the point is that Amber will be a mother of 3 soon, 21 days. She says, or sooner. She's all, if all goes according to her plan, she wants it. She's ready to give birth. She's ready to be done. Mom, I am. Therefore, I am. Mom, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to lay aside your emotions for me delivering from my tongue, your tongue, for others to understand. And be brought message that I bring from my higher being. Descending upon your wings. It's very beautiful. Well, I know that I'm so uncomfortable during this, guys. It will pan out though. It always does. There's always gold at the bottom. But we're 14 minutes in, so thank God. I'm thinking. Thank God. It's only like 6 more minutes, and then I can pause and start another one. Start over. Mom, the only breaking happening here is you're breaking open your cloud for the rain to come. It is the 10-year mark from where within you all you feel of when I was gone, how long I've been gone. Ten years. I have been near. I have been witness to your reign. I have been in cupped hand, catching your tears, shaking my head, and she's showing me the SMH, that teens do to abbreviate when they're texting her. Shaking my head. She goes, I am shaking my head. For all of you still not being aware that I am not dead. I know you're not, babe. Mom, how do you know I'm not dead? You're sitting there and you're shaking your own head. It's raining. You're crying for your losing of me, and yet you say that you know I'm not dead. Mom, we have a long, she's saying quilt to sew or to seam. She says for Mom, your own reign is a mystery to me. Meaning my daughter's saying is that I know that she carries on, and yet my flesh is so wounded. I hurt so bad. And Amber, I'm more hurt for those that love you, that are hurting, than I do for the loss of you, because I do know that you are. But it doesn't change the rain. And I don't think that we would be of any substance as a human being within human being if we didn't feel it. Mom, the only time we ever experienced the rain, to feel the droplets of the water on our lips and our cheeks for its gain, is while we are in body. And because of it, from where we are now, we can relate and empathize and understand the pain you feel from the rain. Mom, no matter what you play in the background, no matter what the words in all of your minds say, the song that we have always sung together will always remain the same. If you could lift your life, Mom, like it was a lampshade, and see underneath it the brightness of the light, of its light, perhaps you would find your knees alongside me for us finding a new song to write. In other words, I know what that means. What it means is that we're sad for nothing. Andrea, this is my higher. Andrea, your flesh is missing Amber's flesh. It is truly a flesh missing. The essence of a flesh missing the essence of another flesh. I know that I missed my daughter. She's all, Mom, you can always smell me. She says at a glance. And that's true. All I have to do is just think of her and missing the smell of her and breathe in and I can smell her. Is that what you're noting too? When this is my daughter. When all of you realize that we whom in your from within your mind are no longer alive. When your eyes realize that we go on, we continue to see, we continue to live lives, it is when the rain clouds will part and the light of the sun will find the sky. She's sending me all of her right now. Mom, there's so many beautiful moments, memories, love between us. From before I've come and long after, we're not ever done. None of us are ever done. She's showing me a list of, like remember before Windows there was only DOS, and it would like in the green print, the green font, I guess, and it would start shooting lists of data. She's showing me a list of names of her friends right now. And I'm receiving every one of them. She's saying, Mom, that list of my friends, where they're knowing that they are on it, and that my being with them is not an end. It's never going to end. Mom, the eyes that I see with need not realize anything, need not be substantiated by the value of anything, proving of anything. In other words, Mom, I don't need my eyes to acknowledge and see what I know to be true. Everything that of awareness comes to me, Mom. I view you, Mom, daily, more often than the rain pours. I see my friends. I hold them. I go with them when they leave their homes every day out the door. And when they come in, I'm not waiting in the hall. I've been beside them all along. I'm going to pause this, guys. It's been 23 minutes. Amber, this is so hard. Mom, for your breaking, well, it's only means to a stall. I can do what I want. Mom, you're being brave. For all of you on June 2nd, 2025, who are thinking about me and feeling sorrow and heaviness on this day, remove your tears. Mom, as it stands, where you stand, where you sit now, Mom, within your life, your body, there is a celebration of every year that I was born to you. I was born within and upon your life, your earth, and your reality. And it was a celebration of life, my life, coming to where you are. For no one or for everyone for whom it may be internally possible, my last breath and she's kind of saying, regardless of how things were the moment that I left for you in that reality, in your bodies, regardless of that, my last breath was a new light. Mom, I'm saying light because in our natural form, we have no lungs. There is no need for a breath. We are made of what is in that breath that brings life. It is a new dawning, but yet an old familiar. Mom, that comfortable shoe. It was a celebration of me having been born to you, and also me leaving you. Mom, there was no joy in leaving those that I love, but there is a joy of returning home. That realizing, that sudden awareness that we're where we came from, and where our belonging is of. Chase not tears on a day of which for me the light came. It was a spirited lightness, a coming home for me that day. And for the rain, as you see it, for my heart's viewing, it is gray. Mom, the greater holiday, truth be told, from within us and what we are, it is a far more memorable, meaningful celebration of our returning home than any of the candles on the frosting with sugar in it and the flame on the candles holds. For lightening your need, your physical need to grasp and hold onto my need for you being there to hold me. This is my casting upon all of you. Within your standing fields of gold, Andrea, she's explaining it fine. That's my higher interrupting me. Mom, I stand you all. Not just for your alarming, meaning not just for those that are seeing this. Whether you know it or not, all. I place you within those fields of gold for your reign and your your sorrow, to unfold, to not. Mom, I remember being on Marissa's couch. Mom, there was no choice for anyone that sat on it to sit straight up. They had to slouch. Mom, Marissa's couch, it was a slouch couch. She says, Mom, I do divide this separate tag, notice, for that beautiful friend of mine, and to lift her heart on high, and letting her know the mark of her is the twinkle in her eye. She sees you, Marissa. Is that true? It has to be. I'm not gonna second guess my daughter. Marissa, that was for you. Mom, Marissa, go ahead. Mom, it was what everybody knew who ever sat on her couch. It is the slouching couch. And yet it was a slouching that her and I knew. And because of it, finding in slouch value. Mom, we can go between this. She's showing me this old game Pong, where the ball goes back and forth and back and forth. Mom, it is at no apparent risk for your unsoothing of this, for your nerves be alarmed or on fire, for my switching from one topic to another. Message be brought, Mom, from Spirit. It is what your heart wants. It's what we all want. This day that I died 10 years ago was not meant to, within you or anyone's mind, haunt. Don't call me ghost, she said. Don't call me ghost. I'm not gone. I am just like you guys. Although not available for your eyes viewing me, I carry on. I live a life far and beyond what you are aware of and your mind is capable of attaching to for it to belong. I am Amber. I do breathe every single day of my life the salt air from the sea. My front yard is less than 100, she's saying 300 yards. Mom, 3 football fields from the ocean, from the coastline, Mom. And I breathe that air in all day long. I do have flesh, and it does get pinched, and for it I bruise. I am not without anything. Boy, that's hard to say, Amber. I can't really, Mom. She's saying, let loose your sweaters, the hoodie ties. All my friends, wipe those tears out of your eyes. She's saying, I'll gather all your hoodies. like you show up at somebody's house and they have a coat rack to hang them all on. She's welcoming all of those hoodies for her own. She's like, I live on the coast. It's cold. So it's hard to believe, but it's true. She's Mom, no matter what, no matter how hard on yourself that you are, no matter how much you blame you, Mom, you're the mom of my choice, and I would never replace you. I've always been given the opportunity to choose you. And whether you know it or not, Mom, I'm with you. She's saying, Mom, when we find our knees, she's showing me that we're both on our knees, like in a room at the bottom of dresser drawer. She says, Mom, we are on our knees. Mom, we value each other from where I'm at. From where you and I are together and we breathe. You are without my flesh, but you're not without me. She's, I love her. I love you guys. I'm hearing Valerie. I don't know who Valerie is. She's saying, Mom, Valerie, the one with the trees. Mom, Valerie, she finds her knees amongst her trees. But that's not what she's meaning, but she is. Mom, I'm sending a message to Valerie for her ability and willingness to find her knees from amongst within her trees. So she's grounding herself somewhere in her garden, or Mom, she finds her knees. She is outdoors. She is near the trees. It is only one note brought, Valerie, from me. Yet it speaks to bring memo for all of you, and that all of your love and your fears, your deliverance of your spirit's calling is received me. It's received us all. When I get the memo of anything that you've left from upon your knees, it doesn't come first and it doesn't come last to me. In the higher awareness, we all receive it at the same time, evenly. Valerie, who is Val? Mom, because we heard and in view from where we're at, Valerie, We are certain that she will receive this leaf that fallen from her tree. She's going to receive this post-it. This Mom, it is for her a guarantee for her to keep moving in the way that she is, and her weight in finding the value of gravity for her knees. So in other words, what my daughter's doing, and if it's my daughter, it could be your daughter, your son, your father, anyone from the higher realms, anyone that's in their higher Christ conscious, is saying is that Valerie gets a golden star for finding her knees. It's like in class, She's highlighting that for the fact that whatever it is that Valerie is doing on her knees, Mom, the value is in her doing herself to be upon her knees. Kneeling is not, finding your knees is not kneeling, not in the sense that you feel that your weakness is being revealed. It is a strengthening to your own valuing and your own knowing of us in the higher realms, loving you and being tied to you. We are all tied. Mom, it's been 42 minutes, and for you sticking with this, it's high tide. Before we go, Amber's wanting to say Chelsea, and she's showing me her daughter touching your nose. She's saying she knows that your daughter knows, and she's touching your nose, and it's so beautiful. I can't even. Tinkerbell could never even make it look as beautiful as it is. She's just showing me now her small little fingertip and how it glows. Alright guys, that was heavy. I'm not even sure. To whoever Valerie is, this is awesome. I recognize the name Valerie, but I'm not sure from where. Like I don't have that on my contacts, in other words, on my phone. So and because I'm under the lights and the pressure of spirit, I'm unavailable to draw how I'm familiar with that name. But spirit's convinced that Valerie will see this, and that we should all gain a little bit of what she's doing for our own benefit. I love you, Ember Rose. She's all, Mom, follow your nose. She goes, and she means that as far as all of us go. She's off. That was heavy, guys. Thanks for joining me. She's saying, Mom, the heart can only grow. Keep watering. Keep fit what you sow. That's a good quote. Alright, guys. This is my first, now that I'm looking at the background, you see the soldier and the Indian. I call them engines. I think Indian is too, wrong. For their culture. I don't know how. American Indian. Doesn't matter what Indian. So I call them engines. Um. Anyways, the soldiers and the engines. The fallen ones. I type for them. Anyway, I correct records. As for their records of death are wrong, and throughout history. And for every engine tribe member, and there are many, I take testimony and I correct the wrongs for official record document. But for every engine, I'm also learning through our fallen soldiers, and I'm not saying United States soldiers or engines. I'm speaking of them all over the globe. If it's a globe, all over the world, regardless of its shape. The engines called it White Devil. The men that did the holocausting of their people were white devils. The soldier sitting next to this engine in this painting also suffered death by the white devils. So not all of the white men were devils, but the devils were white men. Anyway, and I have hundreds of testimonies on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. And Spirit's not concerned. The point of what I do is, so the longest testimony has ever been for the record has been, I think, 4 pages typed, single line spacing, but generally they're short, 1 to 2 pages. But these are important some way somehow. That Spirit gets their stories, their truth, they call it their eyewitnessing experience to be put on paper. And I'm like, well, I can't file this, or can I? Where do I file this for you? It doesn't need to be filed to be made record. And it took me a long time to figure out. The moment that they speak it, I type it and print it out on paper to be had, to be manifest. It is record. So, anyway, anybody ever wants to view some of those or read some of those, I more than welcome you to. All you have to do is just message me and let me know. I'm happy to send you eyewitness testimonies that are true. Anyway, love you guys. This has been emotionally hard on me. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I love you, Amber. She says, Mom, remember. All of you remember. Give yourselves mercy. I'm always going to be me. We are always going to be. Thanks, Amber. Thanks, guys.